So our first presenter will be Dr. Ligaya Acosta, who is in the Asia-Pacific region for Human Life International. Please welcome her to the stage.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. I bring you our warmest greetings from Asia and Oceania. And of course, our great thank you to all of you for your continued support to Human Life International and to all of us, which enable us to continue to expand our mission. In fact, in November of 2009, we were able to bring over 700 leaders from 17 countries of Asia and Oceania for the 16th Asia-Pacific Congress on Faith, Life, and Family. And for the first time last year in February, we were able to go to Papua New Guinea, a country which is really besieged by the culture of death. Before I went there, I had to pray and fast a lot. How do you bring the gospel of life, the message of chastity, to a culture wherein promiscuity is a way of life, where dancing naked is part of their culture? So I had just to pray and fast a lot. But with God's amazing grace, everyone were touched by the message. And my first talk with the Presbyterium, together with the President of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Papua New Guinea and Solomon Islands, who was my host, after hearing the message, he told me, all the bishops should hear this. So can you come again and conduct a training for all the bishops, not only for 1 day, but for 5 days? So in February, we ask your prayers and help because we are going again to Papua New Guinea to train the bishops, not only of Papua New Guinea, but for the whole of Oceania. And then I had another talk with the young people of Oceania. Actually, there was a priest who told me that if I speak the same way I do, probably they will cut my head. But I said, I'm always conscious that I'm not there as a tourist. So therefore, I said, I still have to continue with the mission. And after my talk, there was a young man, a leader actually from the diocese, who said, Dr. Acosta, what can you do when promiscuity is part of our culture? What can you do when it is our very parents who tell us to go and have sex and don't come back when you don't have any money? And then with all the kindness that I could muster and much prayer to the Holy Spirit, I said, Holy Spirit, please take over. I said, that is why we go to... I hope you will be convinced that I did not come here to condemn your culture. In fact, it is because of our love for you that I traveled so many miles to come to your country to bring the truth to you, to bring the gospel of life to you. And that is why Human Life International exists, to tell you the truth. That is why we have seminars like this, so you will be able to discard the bad in your culture and adopt the good. I thought there was going to be a lot of conflict. But after that, with God's grace, he raised his hand again and said, Dr. Acosta, he said, then I challenge everyone here present that from this time on, we will remain chaste until we get married. And so therefore, the bishop sent me all over Asia, all over Papua New Guinea to preach the good news. So thank you very much. And of course, for the first time, we were able to go to faraway Mongolia. Mongolia is besieged so much by the culture of death, where there is also American influence everywhere and Western influence everywhere. They have beautiful children, as you can see, but they are killing their babies, in spite of the fact that there are only 2 million people in Mongolia and almost 40 million animals. But, of course, when the bishop first heard us, he was so touched by the message and said, can you come back again and conduct more trainings? And therefore, we went back in October, and we had more people to hear us, and they want us to return again, because indeed, there is power in the gospel of life. For the first time last year, we were also able to go to faraway Kazakhstan with the bishop there, who is actually the president of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Kazakhstan. And like all the rest of the world, they were so touched by the message that the bishop actually asked me again to come back and train all the clergy, the bishops, the priests, and the nuns, and the leaders of Kazakhstan. And they also said that they want to host the next Asia-Pacific Congress in 2011. And we hope to see you there. And of course, I was able to go to Malaysia twice last year. In June, it was supposed to be a preparation for the 16th Asia-Pacific Congress. But when they learned that I was coming, there was a lot of requests for talks. And what was supposed to be a 3-day visit became a 21-day speaking tour, reaching 8,000 people from 6 states of Malaysia. And as you can see, I was able... Thank you very much. To God be the glory. We were able to reach 6,000 students, and all of them took the vow of chastity after my talk. But it was not easy, of course, because even if Malaysia is a Muslim country, we have the regional office there of IPPF, and after my talk, the students, the young people would come to me and talk to me in private, and it would be a cry for help because they have been victims to the deceptive information. And of course, we are very grateful because the bishops have a lot of good things to say about HLI, which we, of course, offer to you because without you, we cannot do the missions. They express their gratefulness, and everywhere I go, I would like to tell everyone that I ask them to pray for all of you, our generous benefactors, because I tell them that without this good people from America, we will not be able to do the missions. So thank you again to all of you. And after I come back, sometimes I arrive the Philippines in the evening, and the next day I have to leave again for another diocese. God always gives us the strength, because in the Philippines, we are a Catholic country, but there's much, much more money from America that is being given to us, mind-boggling amount of money. We are really a David versus a Goliath. But we're always inspired by the fact that even just with a slingshot, we will be able to slay the giant. So all over the Philippines, thank you. All over the Philippines, we are conducting a lot of marches for life, inspired by the March for Life here in Washington, D.C. And so I traveled many miles, 1,000 miles from my country to the Philippines and from Asia and Oceania to stand united with all of you, because Roe versus Wade doesn't affect only America, but the whole world. So we come here to join you, to do penance with you and prayers. And if you may allow me to say, to express indignation for the continued export of abortion and the culture of death around the world. Thank you very much. And God bless all of you, and God bless America. Thank you.
Dr. Acosta is a real dynamo for HLI. She's wonderful. Let's give her another hand.